Here we are, beautiful riding season, and you have been riding your R3, your Ninja 400, for over a year, and you think you're ready for something like an MT-07, or maybe an R7, maybe a Ninja 650. You think because you've spent a year of time on this small motorcycle that you're ready for something bigger. I don't know if you are. Guys, Chaseontwowheels here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about my top 5 reasons that I don't think you're ready to upgrade to a 600cc beast of a motorcycle. This is going to be the first of our topical motovlogs that we have been working on. Guys, you guys want a motovlogs? We're trying to give them to you. Here's the top 5 of why you shouldn't start on a 600 or get a 600 because you're not ready yet. You guys make sure to hit that like button if you're excited for motovlogs coming back to the channel, baby. And let's get into it because you guys need to know this stuff. Alright guys, first thing we're going to talk about is confidence, or the overabundance of confidence. I think you guys might be getting too confident. You see guys, when you're on a lower cc motorcycle, you know, say 500cc and under, I think there is this thing that happens to where you spend a year on a motorcycle and you build up this level of confidence that you feel on your motorcycle where you feel like you can do everything. You've maxed out the potential of your motorcycle. And naturally, that's what's going to happen when you think you're ready for a bigger bike. But the thing about it is you end up getting complacent with the motorcycle you're going to have. You have to realize the motorcycle you're going to be moving up to is going to have a bigger engine. You're going to be in a different body position. It's going to be far heavier. And you guys need to keep in mind that when you do that upgrade, your confidence is going to drop dramatically. And I think people assume that the confidence they have on a smaller cc motorcycle is going to equally translate to the next motorcycle. And I can tell you guys from somebody who has ridden numerous motorcycles, that confidence you have is only with that motorcycle you're riding. Don't get it twisted that confidence is in riding. That confidence is in this light, possibly slower motorcycle that you're currently on. So the important thing to keep in mind if you are wanting to move up in engine size is know that your confidence is not going to translate over. That's great if you feel confident on your current motorcycle. That's where you can really start learning and getting more technique. But just don't think it's going to translate over, and we're not going to get stuck in that traffic. Not today. All right, guys, the next thing we got to talk about is the lack of experience you probably have with different types of road conditions. You know, especially if you're getting a motorcycle for something like commuting, I think it's very often that happens where you can have been riding for a year and a half, but if you've spent that year and a half riding the exact same roads every single day, you haven't really exposed yourself to different riding conditions. Or if you're one of these people that don't ride unless it's perfectly sunny outside, you might have had a year of riding time in, but you haven't given yourself the opportunity to learn from different riding circumstances that when you're on a motorcycle you're gonna have. When you're in that early stage of riding and you're on a more manageable motorcycle, a more cost-effective motorcycle, dude, that's the time, that is arguably the best time to explore riding, explore types of riding. If it's raining, cool, go for a ride. If you're on the way home from work or school one day and you notice a road that you've never gone down, what's stopping you from going down that road? You guys should be exploring all over the place during those first couple years of riding, because not only is that gonna, potentially you can find some really awesome places to ride, but that's also, you're gonna be looking for experiences to have. All right guys, next up on the list is if you think speed and how fast you're going is everything when it comes to having fun on a motorcycle, you are no near ready to upgrade to a bigger motorcycle. Let me go ahead and tell you guys, as a guy that's been riding for 10 years, I understand that want to have a motorcycle and go fast on it, right? It's enjoyable. But, and I'm not going to deny, is an MT-03 slower than this MT-07 in a pull? Yeah, it is slower, 100%. There's no denying that at all. But here's my thing. If you find yourself bored of the current motorcycle that you're on, I would challenge you to try different types of riding. If you are taking an R3 on the highway day in and day out and getting passed by people in an MT-07 or a 650 class bike, I can understand how you may want to try a different bike, a bigger CC bike. That makes sense because you want to go faster on the highway. But speed is nowhere close to everything. I want you guys to keep this in mind. If you were to get, let's just go crazy balls to the wall, right? Let's pretend you went out and bought a Ninja H2, right? Stupidly fast on the highway. I can tell you guys, as a guy who's spent plenty of time on the highway going really fast, honestly, that gets really boring really fast. It's literally the same thing every time. You get on the highway, you're going 75, 80, whatever. You twist the throttle, and then maybe you shift, and then maybe you shift again, and then maybe you shift, and you're just going in a straight line. It is not that exciting. I don't understand it. So what I would encourage you to do is, instead of spending so much time riding around on the highways, go to some technical roads. You don't have to go all the way to the mountains to find technical roads. This stuff, this random kind of stuff is all over the place. They're sprinkled everywhere. Do some exploring like we just talked about and find some roads where you can lean your bike over, man. I think a lot of you guys, if you found a good, fun, technical riding road on a smaller CC motorcycle, you will start to understand where all the fun of real motorcycling is. I just want you guys to be well-rounded, and I want you to understand that speed is not everything. Speed is nowhere close to everything, if you ask me. But just keep that in mind. If you're looking for speed, I don't know if you're ready to upgrade. Alright guys, the next thing we got to talk about, I know we're stopped here. The next thing we got to talk about is technique. Now, I know in your first year of riding, you are probably just excited to be out and riding, and you don't really think about the little techniques that get you riding. So when you want to go to upgrade, you don't really think about that. Have you spent a year really finessing how to find that friction zone in the clutch? Have you figured out where and when you need to use the front brake versus the rear brake versus engine braking? These are all super important techniques that if you don't have your techniques down and you go into a situation where you upgrade motorcycles, the techniques are going to get nothing but harder to learn. When you're on that smaller CC bike, you have a much more forgiving platform that you're riding. And for me, I personally feel like the small CC bikes right now are the most ideal platform to learn and get overly confident with all of your techniques. When you go through a turn, do you look down right in front of your motorcycle? Do you target fixate on stuff? Or have you learned to actually look through the turn? Do you know how to hit apexes? Do you know how to come in and out of a turn to make it as straight as possible? Like, you got to really dial in your techniques while you're on a small CC motorcycle, because that is the most ideal place. If you mess up, it's lightweight. You know, if you're in a turn and you're coming in too hot, it's lightweight. You can brake really hard, pull it back up, and you can navigate through situations. Let me go ahead and tell you, it's gonna be far easier for you to fix a riding problem that you have on a small CC motorcycle as compared to a big bike. Especially if you maybe started out on an MT-03, you know, a more upright body position, kind of like we are here on this MT-07, and you're going to upgrade, let's just say, to a, God forbid, an R1 or an R6, where that body position, you're going to be leaned way forward. Those motorcycles are so much harder to control. So if you put yourself in that harder to operate situation, and you're over here trying to figure out, like, get real finesse with your throttle hand and when to use the clutch, how to downshift and rev match to downshift properly. If you're trying to learn that on a super sport or another harder bike to learn on, you are going to make it so much harder for yourself to actually dial in your technique. Low cc bikes are great for that. All right, guys, final thing on our list is lack of knowledge or research. If you think that you're ready for a bigger bike, what kind of bigger bike do you want? What kind of riding do you want to do on that bigger motorcycle? Do you know what bike options there are in the market that will help you do that type of riding? If you want to be doing off-roading stuff, you're definitely not going to be looking into super sports. Do you know that there's dual sports? Do you know that there's small cc adventure bikes? The bike market, especially right now, we did a live show the other day talking about how many bikes there are in the market. It is a phenomenal time, but it's also really confusing. Have you guys done the amount of research to know what type of riding you want to do? I doubt it, because you probably haven't spent that much time riding different situations. Have you borrowed a buddy's bike and gone off-roading? Do you like that? Have you sat on a bigger cc touring bike and just like ate up some highway miles? There are so many types of riding that I really feel like after a little bit of time on a motorcycle, you just don't really know. And granted, some research can be done on YouTube, yes. Also, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe for more motorcycle content here on the Chase on Two Wheels channel. So, research is not just sitting in a chair watching YouTube videos, guys. As much as I would love you guys to do nothing but that, because hey, the more videos you watch, the better the channel does. But inevitably, you guys have, at minimum, you guys need to find a local dealership and go sit on some motorcycles. That's research. Finding out how your body fits on specific types of motorcycles, super massively helpful. You might love an R6, right? I keep using these Yamaha examples. Let's go something different. You might love a ZX-6R. You think it looks awesome. You love green. Perfect. This is your motorcycle. Let's say you got a local Kawasaki dealership. You go up to the dealership. They have a ZX-6R. You sit on it and you find out you are way too tall to ride this motorcycle comfortably, and it just doesn't fit you. Guys, motorcycles are totally different shapes and sizes. Different people's body positions and bodies are going to fit on different bikes in different ways. So before you guys think you're ready to upgrade a bike, make sure you've done the research and done the investigating to find out the type of riding you even want to do. Make sure you physically go sit on some motorcycles so you know how they feel and how they fit you. All right, guys, and that is it for our top 5 reasons why you're probably not ready to upgrade motorcycles to a 600 yet. Hopefully this guy's helped you out getting a better understanding of, you know, what you really need to be focusing on before you upgrade to a 600. If you guys enjoy this new style video, make sure to hit that like button, guys. That's how we know that you guys are enjoying content. So turning that like button blue is a best way for us to know if you guys are enjoying this stuff. And let us know in the comments, is there anything else that people should be looking for? I'm looking at you more experienced riders. Let these guys and gals know in the comments, is there anything else they need to be focusing on before they upgrade to that bigger CC? And if you're a newer rider, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you're looking for. We've got tons of people that watch these videos. We can help you out in helping you decide what bike might be best for you moving forward. Hopefully you guys ride safe and enjoy this video. I'll see you on the next one. Later. All right, out to our crew. Let us know what you think about the new stuff, guys. I'm very hopeful that you guys will enjoy this type of content. I'm excited to see how Bo edits it. So let us know what you thought down below. Make sure to put OC in your comment, because you guys know that lets us know that we know that you got to the end of it, but it also makes us love you longer. We will see y'all on the next one. Later. Bumps and later.